Hi, and thank you for watching my video, and thank you everyone for attending the TargetedWest.com conference work group, work study, and chill and relax session Sunday. Today is the 18th, 2022, September. Earlier today, we had an interview with Michael Milligan, and I posted that on BitChute and YouTube and archive.org, where this video will be, and I appreciate you watching me from there. It is way cooler. It went from 118 to 58. It's like a 60-degree drop in less than a week. So now the air's off, so you don't have to hear that crap, and the door's open. Okay, I don't keep the door closed ever. No need to hide. That's sick. So I'm a man in the middle, apolitical, don't have too much concern about politics. I've always stayed out of it. My dad was a Republican and a Luciferian, and whatever he did, I didn't do because I didn't like it. So I ignored him and what he did. And I've kind of stayed, I guess I'm an independent. I'm really voting. I vote depending on how I feel. Sometimes left, sometimes right. But my stance is in the middle and apolitical, and I do not have any ideas of terrorist activity, violence. I don't communicate with anyone. I have no secret chat rooms, no secret correspondence with encryption, no nothing at all. It's all right here for you, and everything I know is gleaned from either always websites of substance and video sources of substance, not crappy conspiracy theory stuff. But this is based on fourth industrial revolution technology. Some of it has been here longer than that, but it's all boiling up to the surface now. My name is DJ Chris, and I'll be your moderator. All day today, my terrorists in my head have been telling me not to talk about Doppler and G.W.E.N. G.W.E.N is the ground wave emergency network that they say they disbanded, and Doppler is how they detect storms and weather. And I recently posted a video from Never Lose Truth 3 on BitChute, and I put it on my Twitter page, and all of a sudden the dialogue in my head went from the normal chatbot to screaming about me not to talk about the fact that Never Lose Truth 3 claims, using a college radar observation program, that the G.W.E.N and Doppler are sending extremely low frequencies throughout the environment. And this is a new thing because she's been monitoring it every day for a long time. So this just changed. And the question tonight is they screamed at me, so I've had to negotiate this with them. So the question is it possible that these waves are creating the criminal unrest that we're seeing right now in the United States and the world? Are they causing disruption and people to lose it through this technology? Because that's what this video inferred to. So if you want to learn more about it, you can go to TI Club 3 to my Twitter page, click on it, and I Never Lose Truth 3's there, and you can check that out. And that was gleaned from my email lead and tips email that Mr. S, my informant, sent to me. He's in the chat room usually. And you can send me anything you like that would help me with the information disseminating on the show to djchris@targetedwest.com. That's DJ Chris as in disc jockey Chris, me, at TargetedWest, my moniker.com. Send me your tips and leads, and I'll respond to them, and if it's appropriate, and in the theme of the fourth industrial revolution, I will mention it or use it as a topic in the show. So you will be participating in this revolutionary first all live video TI conference besides Zoom. This way you don't have to Zoom's great. You don't have to show your pictures there either, your videos, but here it's different. Nobody's ever done this before, so it's a first. So this video claims that there's some type of extremely low frequency, and you could see the radar sweep that she saved. So that's food for thought and topic. Next topic is earlier, part one of this video. I interviewed Michael Milligan earlier and posted it on Twitter, archive.org, and YouTube on my channel, TI Club channel or Targeted West channel and YouTube. And it's already spidered, so it's on DuckDuckGo and Google and Presearch. Michael Milligan interview was great. It turned out perfect, my first interview. And he writes a book called Win or Go Home, and he's a targeted individual who thinks he was targeted beginning in college. He's a 11-year survivor of this. He also gets a B2K of the terrorist, and we had quite an extensive conversation. It's a great interview. I recommend it, and I'm not being biased. He did a really great job, and if you can, please buy his book. It's on Amazon and at every bookstore site on the internet, and he is going to be working on a second book and a hard copy that you can buy at the store. So he's going to do a sequel, and I've scheduled him in for the time when he makes a second book available for us to review here at Targeted West, which includes the original one-of-a-kind freestyle TI book club, where you look at Twitter at my page and you look at the little page, a little picture of a screenshot of all my current books, since Amazon keeps putting off making a functional book club for us to use. I keep clicking on the button and it's not made yet. I guess it's not a priority. And I've tried other places, and if you've got any ideas for a place for an established type book club venue, internet venue, I'd be interested. And so for now, you just go to Twitter and click and type hashtag TI Book Club, and you'll see all our latest entries, or you can go to my page and see all of my book club entries, including the screenshot, which has Michael Milligan's new book. And I bought it, and then I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's a very good book, and very awesome. Again, that's Michael Milligan, and the book is Win or Go Home, about Havana Syndrome and mind control. We talked about the Doppler and the G.W.E.N sites being active. For the G.W.E.N's not supposed to be active, but apparently they are. And the actual, so you can do this yourself and observe this phenomenon. You can go to weather.cod.edu/SATRAD, that's satellite radar. So that's weather.cod.edu/SATRAD/ and you'll be able to see the actual radar and what's going on, and observe and make screenshots or what have you. And that's in regard to radar activity that's unusual. Next subject, we'll take a break here for a moment. Let me have a little sip. I have an old subject I learned a long time ago, and that's called the Turing test, or the imitation game, which is used in more than just computers. And I'm specifically interested in it for the fact that it's used in artificial intelligence. And I posted a big fat Stanford University write-up about the Turing test and the imitation game. And you can check it out on my Twitter page. And it's a very extensive. And basically, the Turing test is where in 1950, Alan Turing wrote up a hypothesis in a paper that says if you have an interrogator in another room and a computer and a human in another, and you ask them different questions, then within 15 minutes or so, or 5 minutes actually, you'll figure out if they're real or not, and who X is one and Y is the other. So you just say it was X is the real one or Y. And that was written up in 1950. And he said within 50 years, which is 2000, my targeting with the telepathy started in 2001. And I know it's been longer than that, but he said within 50 years, we'll have computers that will be able to do general AI or carry on a basic conversation. And you know how the advancement of DARPA and other international world groups have advanced technology further than we will ever know about. So you know it's way advanced, and we already experience this. The B2Kers I talked to, including myself, get the AI. So it's the Alan Turing and the Turing test, the imitation game. And there's a movie, too, if you want to watch that. But this is the Stanford University complete course and write-up for it. And it makes a lot of references to other books and stuff about that. And then I mentioned, of course, this criminal unrest which is going on, which could be done by radar. Do you think that's possible? Food for thought. You have a little puff, let the crowd room run in, and we're getting busy. I'll have a sip of water. Before we go to the next subject, I hope you're doing well out there. Thank you for watching. Hello, Wide-Eyed. And this is DJ Chris, your moderator. We'll be switching to open mic in just a few moments. So now that the Queen of England has passed away and the King of England has taken over, Charles, do you think the UK-USA agreement is going to change? That's a topic of discussion if you want to talk about that. And hello. So do you think the UK-USA agreement to Echelon is going to change? I don't think it will. I think it'll get worse, to be honest with you. So everybody settle in. And we got a good crowd already. Next subject matter is I am no longer posting videos of criminal activity and unrest in California. It was 2 to 5 to 10 a day, and I was putting it on my Twitter, and I don't think targeted individuals and myself need that kind of stress when we're already being stressed out as much as we are without watching that too. So I made an executive decision and quit posting them. And it's not like it's California's got problems. A lot of states have problems, and that's due to the open society methodology and thinking. It's allowing criminals to become victims, or they are victims. It's another crazy talk we can have about that. So I'm not posting those anymore. Last subject before we go to open mic is I posted a video, or not a video, but an article from Yahoo Finance about the arms industry is scamming the taxpayer of the United States. I think you all agree with me. I think they're charging the taxpayers to do this stuff to us. If they're not, they're paying someone to do it to us, or another country could be doing it to us, or it could be part of an arms race with fourth industrial revolution technology, and we're all fighting to be the dominant force in AI speech in your head and brain reading and such as that. The total transformation into the humans into a transhuman or a cyborg. You're already A lot of people are cyborgs already. You see them walking around with that face in that screen. Have you ever seen anything like that? I don't even touch my cell phone. I don't talk to people or use it. I don't even want to. I sit outside for hours now. Just think, something I've never been able to do. Quiet, peace. Yeah, I talked about Silicon Valley admitting that cell phone's like a drug. It's like a casino roulette wheel. You keep swiping left and right or up and down to see if you're going to win something, or get some new information. But it's like watching CNN all day, like I used to. It's the same stuff regurgitated, and then you read the comments, and comments, no matter what, are more volatile than they have been in recent years. So it's probably better you take time off to ground and earth and go sit outside with your feet off like I do. Listen to some music on the radio, not on your cell phone. Put the cell phone away, put it in a couple of Faraday bags, go put it down the street in your car, turn your Wi-Fi off, turn your power off, go get a portable radio, run on batteries, and sit outside. Sit out there in a place, or go to a park or somewhere there's not a lot of grounding of electricity near, like apartments or condos or commercial property, and go out and ground, and within an hour you will feel like you took a Xanax. We're going to open mic. Talk amongst yourselves. Those are all your topics, so you can bring your own topic into the conversation. Okay, you're now on open mic. It's Sunday night, and it's all good, and it's finally cool here. And Gertrude is sharing some articles in the chat room with everyone. So the chat room's going hot as usual. I am from the chat room and stuck a mic in my computer and started talking. I just moved from the chat room to the microphone. So Gertrude has some great data in the chat room. And of course, Sean's here. Hey, Sean. Hello, everyone. And name and caller 00. Hugs to all of you. Always a good crowd here. And it's getting busier. And my piriformis syndrome hurts. I'm going to have to stretch my legs a little bit here. So talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to take a break. If you're new, you get first dibs on the mic. So new people come in, older people that haven't talked in a while. Anyone? Open mic.
I just wanted to share an interesting article I read, and now I forgot the name of the title, but it's about Doppler gangsters, and it's just like, what the heck? But it's out of the Smithsonian, August 24th of 2022, and the Dopplers are people that look exactly like you and share your same DNA, and scientists are starting to pass it off like this is a normal thing, but to me it kind of sounds like cloning like Dolly the sheep. But it's a real interesting article, and I just wanted to share that.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I've heard of them cloning humans, and they do it with other things too, And it's doppelganger. You're right. In German is a doppel, and doppelganger is a copy of you. I've been sitting so long, I have to stretch my leg here. Oh, brother. That's what happens when you get old and you sit a lot. Oh, we'll make it. There we go. I put the coffee cup under my leg and stretch the muscle. Amazing what that does. Weird, huh? Don't try a water bottle. It'll spray out. They don't make bottled water good anymore. The top breaks off. So yeah, doppelgangers, copies of someone using their DNA. I'm sure that's definitely a possibility because some people want to live forever, and if they have enough money, they could do it. If you want to make a bunch of copies of super soldier, superhuman humans that are 7 feet tall, you'll probably do that too. So it would be used for war. Thank you for that. We'll go ahead and rip the paper off.
Yeah, they had 32 individuals, and they showed like one because there's also an inside edition, and they met each other at a casino in Las Vegas, and they showed where he met his exact look-alike. But what was scary was they found there's like 32 people in the world. Now the scientists are starting to say we can have up to 8 doubles. And, this is like a new thing they just found out. It's just like, this is not new, and it's cloning. But, yeah, between Inside Edition and the Smithsonian, it's kind of funny. I think the Inside Edition one is still a short video. And I think that was like the 15th or 16th of September.
It's good to know. I'll check that out. I'll switch for, that coffee's horrible. I'm breaking open the hard stuff. Shasta soda from the local Bay Area, Hayward, California. It's pretty good stuff. If I don't drink that, I fall asleep because I get tired or I'm being beamed to go to sleep. Not like I didn't have enough sleep. I've been sleeping very well lately, so couldn't be that. So last week we had some interruptions and we were unable to finish our 9/11 show, or September 11th show, so I want to share you the additional information I had today. And it's now open mic and it's 9:18. I put on Twitter a site you really should check out about 9/11 and the timeline from everything that happened. And that website is 911timeline.com. That's 9/11, the number is 9/11, timeline.com. Check that out. And they apparently originally were going to blow up some nuclear facilities in New York on Eagle Mountain or Eagle Ridge or something, and they didn't. And instead they changed their route. That's really weird. Another thing I'd like to tell you is that after speaking with and working with and negotiating, I now have my Synthetic Dreams, my book about my fake dreams, on Barnes & Noble. So if you go to Barnes & Noble, just type in my Synthetic Dreams, and I'm offering it for free on that site so I can spread the word about our telepathy and dreams and our other fourth industrial revolution stuff they're doing to us. And I have mention of my other book and my website and the work that you do with me on this conference. So the word will get spread, trust me. Just putting the seeds out there. You can't keep preaching to the choir. That's you and me. We all preaching to each other, but you got to preach outside safely and in a way that gets you in a little trouble. Good trouble, of course. Jason Burmis also, I put his Remembering 9/11 and how NASA is trying to turn us into a transhumanists. And so that's another little tidbit for you. I see the room's even filling up more. That's great. And it's now 6:25. I'm in Lodi. It's not hot anymore. The air's off. It doesn't sound like crap. Next, this floored me. I was shocked. I was watching a Tina Sinatra interview after her dad died, and she was talking to Larry King, and she admitted that her father, Frank Sinatra, helped the CIA with secret missions. Is that not weird? And what Joe Kennedy said floored all of them. Joe Kennedy said, I deal with the same people that you deal with, and that's the mafia and the unions. And then Frank dealt with them because they all own the casinos and the places where you entertain, and you have no choice but to work for them. But he worked at the same time. He was doing secret missions for the CIA, and he had a military funeral at the end. And I'll save the rest for in a minute. That shocked me. I'm like, apparently they did that with a lot of celebrities. They'd use their planes and their whatever connections. That's why a lot of people like Anderson Cooper and rich families get involved as interns or from colleges with the CIA. So Anderson Cooper is a former intern, and they are always chattering about him in my head. And I don't watch him on TV or CNN. So why would I be bringing that up myself if it were a mental illness? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, last one is a new movie out called MK Ultra, and it's based in 1961 in Oklahoma, and it's the old LSD and the whole spiel with Sidney Gottlieb and his crew of CIA chemical makers at Fort Hood, or Fort Detrick, or Camp Detrick turned into Fort Detrick. So, they had that all made up. And apparently this movie just came out, and you should check it out. So if you like movies, go to your favorite browser or whatever and go type it in and see where you can find it, because I don't know who's playing it, but that'll be really cool. That's the end of that one, and I got next week's show all ready here. So I'll talk about that toward the end of the recording. Does anybody want to talk? Open mic. Yes, they use CIA torture scripts from the CIA manual they sell on Amazon Kindle. Yeah, they use the CIA scripts on me all the time and many others. And it doesn't mean it is the CIA. They're just using their scripts. So they either borrow them, buy them, or rent them, or adopt them. My voice has just said right now, you did good. You didn't bring up too much information about the Doppler and the G.W.E.N. So, see, I get to live another week. Not lovely. Could you live like this? I know you're probably thinking, this guy's nuts. I'm not nuts. I'm telling you. This is a new technology that's been around for a long time. It's just now making its way through the average conversation thanks to the Havana syndrome. Because apparently, according to CNN, they were hearing messages and such during the first part of the Havana syndrome stuff and during these sessions against people in the government. So they don't want to tell people that because it makes everyone discredited. It's not the stupidest game.
Right. Chris, Joe Dixon said that he went down 12 feet of water and he still got V2K. And then apparently Derek, he went deep into Carlsbad Caverns and he still got V2K. So have you tried anything like sheets of copper or magnets or anything like to put behind the ear? I don't know anything, but I just suspect they might be hitting that bone behind your ear to conduct into your head. Have you tried anything like that to block that V2K? Magnets, anything?
I made the ultimate mistake and spent $48,000 on an all-aluminum Airstream RV and had to sell it because they got through the windows in the air conditioner. And then I gave up and never shielded again.
Wow.
But
Sorry about
one time I was, it's called forest bathing, when you barefoot and you go around in the forest. I was up near Santa Cruz, California at Mount Madonna RV Park, and that was probably the only time I got relief, which is trippy.
Huh. Maybe because there wasn't close cell towers?
Yeah, and all the microwave antennas were aimed towards the valley, and I was behind them in the woods. So I assume, yeah, it was a combination of the forest bathing, the grounding and earthing, and the fact that I was out of the way of all that. And yeah, that was the only time in 20 years I got relief. That's a Mount Madonna RV park.
Wow. So it's not satellites then for you, because if it was, they'd still hit you or be able to hit you.
It's a combination of ground-based and satellite. The satellite tracks the ground-based attacks, and other systems monitor. So it's a whole system, like a printer and a CD recorder and a computer, and all that would be connected to itself in the office. This thing's connected to different technologies as a whole military war technology. So yeah, they use a combination because the satellites are too far to do any real damage, but they can watch you.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, to answer your question, that was the only time I got relief. The main way I get relief from the V2K is I play music, and that drowns it out. I'm a lucky one to have that.
So with earbuds, is that what does it, or headphones?
As long as it's got words, and you could be a little crappy transistor radio next to your chair outside, and it works. Don't have to.
Oh.
Yeah, just listen to the words and play them in your head and play familiar music, and works for me.
And you never tried the Case Electronics?
The Dave Case CD?
Yeah.
I have it. Yeah, it works. It helps a little bit, but it's annoying and drives me nuts, so I don't use it anymore.
Uh-huh. What is it? Scratchy noise? Is it scratchy noise that you listen to on the Dave Case?
No, it sounds like a computer talking.
Oh. Well, if we could get around this V2K, it'd really help a lot of people.
I agree. It is open mic. If you're new or not new, come on in and talk. Me and one of the guests here are visiting, and Anne, I believe, is talking to me. So come on into the conversation. Yeah, I see the. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If a jammer would do it, because there are cell phone. I think they're illegal, but there are cell phone jammers. So I wonder if you got a jammer, if that would mess up V2K.
No, different frequency.
Oh.
I'll be talking about the show next week, where I have the paperwork here I've written out. I don't put things in the computer. I write it on paper. I don't believe in storing anything on a computer unless you've got either a cloud or your additional hard drive or some way offline to store it, because it can be manipulated.
It's too easy for them.
Matter of fact, when I did my started writing my diary, which I have like 18 books of it, in 2003, I used a little 3x5 spiral diary book and write a page or two for each incident and move on. And then you go back and read it and you go, my goodness, have I been through all that? Hey, Laura, how are you today? And Tranquility's here. Restricted, Anne. US Cellular. Sean. Wireless Caller, Whitey, Huggy, Joe, and HTX. MS Telso, Hammond, Miriam. Got Sheila, Nancy, Aziz, WS, Glamour, Restricted, More Wireless, and MK Ultra, I think. Targeted Forever, Caller 00, Gertrude Name. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. And anyone that just came in, hello. Does anybody want to talk? Open mic? One of the topics we'll be talking about next week is the social credit score system that they're planning on putting out in the United States, and they're working on it now. And Mr. S, my secret person who's in the call right now, sent me this, and that is about the social credit scoring system. And of course, that's a WEF, Bilderberg, Kissinger, Rockefeller-based type thing. And what they're doing is they're calling it KYC, or Know Your Customer. And KYC is sold by LexisNexis and other companies for risk assessment, but it's also used for surveillance and other stuff. So he brought that to me, and I wanted to talk about that more next week. And then we'll talk about text neck. That's your text neck from getting sore necks from researching. I have to go off the computer, lay down, or go outside and stretch back my neck and ground. So that works for me. And then we'll have some other stuff I'll talk about in a few minutes about next week. Hello, everyone. It is open mic. You're listening to Targeted West Sunday Night Call. My name is DJ Chris. Anybody want to talk? We'll be talking about the Journal for Artificial Intelligence Research website, and they talk about how AI may take over humanity and control us. So I'll get into that as far as a preview for next week.
Hey, Chris, it's Laura.
Hey, Laura, how are you? Glad to hear from you. How are you doing? And welcome to the call.
Thank you. I'm okay. Happy Sunday. So how come you don't have your book in paperback form if because I, a lot of the books I get, and even, I haven't read yours yet, but Snowden's was actually changed online. Okay, the book I got, there's a couple of chapters where there's a few paragraphs that are actually changed online. They're different, and they make the whole, chapter different. They cut out some parts in his book.
Yeah, it's because he went through our publisher. I'm self-publishing, and I check the manuscript and update it so nobody can fuss with me. But the good news is my third book I'll be working on this winter, and then I'll have a trilogy book of paperback coming out, and I'll let you know so you can buy a copy, hard copy.
That'd be awesome. I like to curl up with a book and not have the screen in front of me, and I know that.
Yeah, I know. I just don't have any place to put books. I'm in a camper, so I have to do it digitally.
No, I get that. No, and then I end up getting rid of them, but and I loan them out a lot and get a lot of good information that way. But I've read, a lot of Tia's personal stories, always on paperback. That's okay though. I'll still get it.
It's free. It's free at Barnes and Noble and Lulu.com. My Synthetic Dreams, and same with the Cold War Next Door and Lulu. It's free.
A good tip.
Yeah.
Okay, so just been, visiting with my TIs out here, and with my friends out here, I guess you could say, and they're all having a pretty hard time, but having good luck with some shielding. It's called Save Green Life. I got this hat that I'm liking a lot. I wanted to share that.
Can you say the name of that one more time for people to hear? And where did you buy it at, if we can find that out?
I found it on a military site, but it's on Amazon. You can buy, they have a few hats. They don't have many, but it's called Save Green Life. And it seems to be a pretty good brand.
Okay, thank you. It's Save Green Life?
Save Green Life.
S-A-V-E?
S-A-V-E, Green Life.
Okay, so it's S-A-V-E, Green Life. Okay, thank you for that.
And I just wanted to tell people, I know this is the worst thing anybody's ever gone through, no matter who you are, and I've been just having a hard time physically lately, but I've noticed some major changes this year. I didn't want to mention it. I didn't want to get ahead of myself. But I have been dealing with this for a long time. This, whatever you want to call it. But, and I've experienced this year some incredible changes in, I want to say, just my community. Even my neighbors wave at me now. I'm talking, I don't have the traffic stuff. Okay, everywhere I've driven, always, I've been boxed in and ran off the road, tried to, I've had serious vehicle, it's like driving in a war zone usually in my city. But this
Do you know why? They don't have any gas money, that's why.
Perhaps.
That's my guess.
I'm also not overcharged for anything anymore. And I was able to get a credit card. Now I only have a $300 limit, but I took my friend out to lunch. I'm able to do that now. I've never been able to do that. And I know it sounds like not a big deal, and it's just these little things, but I'm also able to work now.
Those are not little things. Those are huge, big.
I know that's a big deal.
Those are awesome things, yes. Now you're building your credit and you're working, and very good.
I'm just saying, this is something that I've never been able to successfully accomplish before, and it's not because I'm not smart, and it's not because I don't try. This has never worked out for me. It's finally working out. I don't know what's changed this year. I don't know, but I just wanted to share that with people. And I don't know if it has something to do with let the happiness in. I don't know if it has to do with speaking about it or going to meet others, like in my city, seeing what they're doing, how they're surviving, and they are surviving. And it's interesting, you know, how they're all doing it. And so it's made a big difference in my life. That's all I got. Thank you for the call.
Thank you for your testimony and your information. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
We have open mic, 15 minutes more of the recording, and then I'll take the recording off. And then we'll have an hour left and open mic. We'll be studying the multivac history. That's a first AI computer that could listen to people talk, and I think that was quite a long time ago. So we'll be researching a little light on that and bringing that to you next week. And then earlier I said about the AI taking over. One of Isaac Asimov's theory, and his theories about AI, is about having the Asimov switch, and that would be the ability to, it's mentioned in Ray Kurzweil's book, Singularity is Near, and that's the ability to turn off this AI. But the way Yahoo and MSN wrote it, they made it sound like it was coming to take us away today, and it's not ready for prime time. So anyway, that's next week. And it's open mic. Too bad I can't see the, maybe if I turn the, oh, there you go. Hey, there's a concept. Why doesn't DJ Chris turn the brightness up on the screen so we can see what they're saying in the chat room? There we go. Boy, I'm brilliant. Yeah, the feed, Sean, it is. I was talking, Sean, and I looked in the corner, and there's blue, 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 blue. I mean, the chat room is hot, hot, hot tonight. And you don't see that often in other calls, and I really appreciate you being here to this call. Yes, DJ Chris worked in the tech field and can't remember to turn the... I was a tech worker from the 80s all the way to the 2000s, and yeah, I couldn't figure out to but put the light up brighter. Thank you, Setsa, for reminding me of that. And when you get old, it's going to be a bitch for you, too. It will be for everybody. So anyway, if you're watching this video now and it's not Sunday night, there are other shows and conferences you can go to. Monday is Liz on TargetedMassachusetts.com. Tuesday is James, and James' ID in freeconferencecall.com is TIAngel 2016. Wednesday is Frank Allen on TargetedMassachusetts.com conference call list, and you can find him there. And Thursday, of course, is James again. And James is on Ellis Call, and that's TIAngel 2016. If you're watching this video on a Thursday and you want to participate and need a call. And then Friday's Frank Allen again. Saturday is Derek Robinson at paxinternational.org, and he's got a conference call list there. There's another book clubs. There's a Zoom call, a couple of them. So there's something going on almost every night. So you can go to, Ella doesn't have a website right now, so you would go to either Derek's or Frank's call. And then soon, one of the people in the call here is coming out with their own full information website so that you will have a updated and current conference call list and other information available to you. And I will share that on this call and on my website, TargetedWest.com, when that comes out. 10 minutes left. I'm going to have a sip. Open mic. And this call is dedicated to Linda Costanzo. Linda Costanzo was trying her hardest to do a call, and she could never do it, but a lot of her friends are here, so it ended up working out. Because she had Comcast for her internet provider, and I had Comcast, and they were messing with me big time. I think they had their own security force there that were hacking people that had accounts they're paying them. I really believe that because I had got it on 3.14, which is Pi Day. My whole music studio software and computer crashed. I had to start from scratch, and like a ding dong, I didn't back up all the MP3s, so I had to go back to the sites to re-download them and start over. So it was not fun, and it ruined my music for a while, and I lost interest, and now I'm back to it again. So, I mean, that's how destructive Comcast is, and I really believe that's what they were doing to Linda Costanzo. I really believe that. And plus, she was up in Murphy, so she was isolated, so they can see her activity on her computer and her cable and such. Whereas if she was in an apartment complex or in a dense area, it would be mixed in. So terrible. I miss that lady. So this is dedicated to her. It always has been, always will be. And the funny thing is, two cats showed up after Melinda Fee and Linda Costanzo. And there's one of them. There's Fluffy. Fluffy showed up, and I put Fluffy on my TI Club 3. You see a picture of him. He showed up almost dead, starving. I gave him my taco meat, and he ate it. And then this white cat showed up, and an orange cat, and those are the three OGs from the originals, and then some kittens showed up later. And yay, there he is. Yeah, isn't that a beautiful cat? Go look at the screen, everyone, if you're in the call. Yeah, that's Fluffy. That's a king of the castle, man. Hey, Fluffy, you're on the computer. He loves attention. And you're
Chris,
saying,
what do you mean? How do I get on the screen? What are you talking about?
Oh, they're showing a picture of my cat, but the cat thing is my side passion. Go ahead, Laura.
I'm just wondering, how are you on the screen? Are you on the screen with other people? How do I do that?
I'm on my video. Are you on your cell phone dialing in? Because I'm on my computer going through the app.
Yeah, so how would I do that on my computer going through the app? What do I do for that?
Well, you would, I'm not sure. You would go in under view and change your screen like I have it to
No.
gallery view, but oh, you called in. You would have to get the app, and I'm not sure how to do that because I don't use it.
I see.
If you want to know what I look like, I have green teeth, my hair's purple, and my eyes are red. I'm kidding.
Your website, I bet I can figure it out from there.
Yeah, and then you can see me and everyone on and hook up, and you can see my face. And thank you for the emails in the past, too. Laura helps me with different information and provides it. And if you have anything you'd like to share with me, send it to djchris@targetedwest.com. That's djchris@targetedwest.com. We'll be concluding this recording in 6 minutes. And then I'll be on for another hour. We have to close the windows because I'm basically like I'm in a bubble for everyone to see. Any last minute thoughts for anyone? New, old, we got the same amount of people. That's awesome. Oh, you guys are great. That's really good. We're at 30 people in right now. We always have 30 people all the time, and around 60 people total for the 2-hour call, which is pretty darn good. So again, I appreciate you watching me on YouTube and Twitter. I post this video on, and it's on YouTube and archive.org, and on World News, WN.com, and I appreciate it. So any last words before I turn the recording off? My name is DJ Chris. Oh, and if you are watching this video and it says part 2, part 1 is earlier I recorded with Michael Milligan, who I interviewed for his new book, Win or Go Home, and that is on Amazon and every bookstore online. You can find his book, Win or Go Home by Michael Milligan, and I interviewed him earlier, so that's part 1, and this video will be part 2 for the 18th of September, and then next week you heard the preview of our next week's show. So we're now down to 4 minutes. Any last words? Anybody have any announcements? In October, we'll be interviewing Patrick Funch, F-U-N-C-H, and he wrote the book Crystal or Christina, I can't remember right now, I just forgot, but I'll be interviewing him October 2nd, so check that out too. I put him in the TI Club 3 feed for you to buy his book, and he's based in Fresno. It's Kristen with a Y, Kristen. Yeah, it's a very cool book. I'll be interviewing him in October the 2nd. Thank you. That sounds exciting. Well, I have a new neighbor. I have a police officer as a neighbor, but he works for the choo-choo train place. He's not really a cop. And he told me there's so much theft, all the cars being broken into at the train place, that that's all he does is do reports and take pictures all day. And he says it's horrible. They're understaffed. They almost went on strike. So he's really nice to talk to. He's not a scary cop. And then I got a new nurse for a neighbor who's moving in right now, and she's looks pretty cool. So we're good to go, which is nice having an RV, because your neighbor's always changing. If you don't like them, you can move yourself. Anyway, thank you for watching again, taking your time. If you're on your favorite platform watching me, I appreciate it. I'll be back next week for the next show and the next episode, which will be 26. And we'll go from there. So we're going to end this recording in just a moment, and we'll see you then. Of course, I'm staying on the call for another hour, so you can come to freeconferencecall.com, ID TargetedWest, and come here live next time and put your information in the chat room and visit, and send me emails at djchris@targetedwest.com if you want to participate. I appreciate it. I have the right to refuse emails. I don't refuse any, though. These are all good emails. I don't get harassed or anything at all. It's been a smooth ride. Anyway, thank you for watching.